just make eye contact, smile. You know what I mean? I wasn't even sure this guy had teeth. I mean, that's literally, it was uncomfortable for me, and it's just a good learning, you know? Remember your patient's name, okay? Hello? So I just got back from getting my boobs filled with stuff, the goods, every 2 weeks I go. And I told you, like, usually the doctor, my plastic surgeon, who's a really cool guy. I mean, like, super cool, like that cool science teacher guy, like just someone you want to have a beer with, and designated driver kind of type of guy, like really cool. Well, the guy, he usually always does the fills, but this time there was somebody else, another doctor, I guess, maybe a resident or something like that, and I was kind of like a little bit of a human pincushion to him. Seriously, like I've had shots in pins, but this actually hurt when he went in. It just was pushed it in really far, and I made a face. He's like, "Oh yeah," and it was no expression, and it was very, very weird. And then he in order to find the little holes, usually they just it's a magnet. They just find it, and the doctor's talking really calmly through it. Hey, so yeah, I know he's more experienced, but this guy drew on it, and he erased it, and he drew it. It was just very uncomfortable, and I was just felt very, very weird. I felt like a patient, I felt like in a very not good place. But anyway, it was fine. I mean, it worked. It hurt, but it just goes to show you really appreciate when these doctors have bedside manners. That they just make eye contact, smile. You know what I mean? I wasn't even sure this guy had teeth. I mean, that's literally, it was uncomfortable for me, and it's just a good learning, Remember your patient's name, okay? It's one of those things. And usually I leave there kind of feeling upbeat, like, hey, this has not been the major part of this. I thought it would be cool to get boobs, and it's always cool to get something new, right? Especially if you've never had them before. And, but I just didn't expect him to be so just kind of weird about it and that kind of thing. And it was good. It's still, to me, isn't like, it's really exciting for other people when you tell them you're going to get like new boobs, you're going to get like, it's going to be great. And they're like, oh wow, they're never going to sag. I'm like, I just never really cared that much about it. It's still not a perk. I'm excited that they're putting like something in there. It's nice to have a little filler. I mean, although I totally appreciate if you don't want anything at all, because I was just flat, literally at nothing, and it was really nice knowing that you could basically put any type of shirt on and it would just cover everything, and everything would close and stuff like that. But it's fun. It's like getting a new little toy, It's like a toy, but like something, But anyway, so that was a weird experience. And then, well, what we did do is my doctor said that basically I was going to go for like a full B, like very, very small C. It's not super big at all. And so we're ready for that. So he's going to contact me in the middle of the summer and hopefully set up an appointment. And then for the surgery, maybe it'll be like in September or October, where they kind of do the final bait and switch, putting the real things in there. And, and it still doesn't nearly seem that real. I remember, it's so funny. I'm reading this book, and the first line of the book is, "I always wanted bigger boobs." It's a fiction book, right? But I maybe should have been really more thoughtful when I wrote that line, because this is not how I wanted to get them, or even get them ever. Because I kind of started to really like whatever. But yeah, so we have the surgery set for that, and then that's the end of it. I guess that's the end of that part of it. It's so interesting though. It's never gonna end. Like, you don't ever feel there's a moment when you're just gonna feel like this is over. It's sort of, when like a movie is going on and it ends, and then they run the trailer after the movie, and then they're like cleaning up the set. It's like it's like this movie that just doesn't end. And, it's it's interesting. Anyway, okay. Bye.